Left my 8-year-old brother at the park to play basketball. Found him 10 years later in a bar after he escaped his kidnapper. I was 16 and had a little brother who was 8. He was my best friend, and I loved him more than anything. One day I was taking him to the park when I ran into some friends. They asked me to go play basketball with them, and I agreed, leaving my brother at the park. I told him I would be back in 30 minutes, but we ended up playing for hours. When I finally went back to get him, he was gone. I searched everywhere, but he was nowhere to be found. I went home hoping he was there, but he wasn't. My parents asked me where he was, and I told them I didn't know. They called the police, and we searched for him for days, but we never found him. I was devastated, and I blamed myself for leaving him alone. I couldn't forgive myself for what I had done. Years later, I was in a bar when I saw a guy who looked just like him. I went up to him and asked him if he was my brother. He looked at me and said, yes. I was shocked, and I asked him where he had been all these years. He told me that after I left him at the park, he was kidnapped by a man who took him to another country. He had just managed to escape and come back home. I was overjoyed to see him again, but I still couldn't forgive myself for leaving him that day.